I'm going to show you 9 different drawing tools in Illustrator, and to demonstrate that, we're going to recreate Phineas and Ferb. So the first one we're going to look at, let's look over here to the left, is we are going to look at the pencil tool. So it's down on the left hand side. If you have a different tool pulled up, maybe one of these, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tools down, and here is the pencil tool. So I'm going to show you kind of how it works a little bit. So I'm just going to use it on the hair right here, and you can see I just kind of follow along, and then I'm going to let up, and there it makes my shape, and so you can see it. Then I can take my direct selection tool and I can adjust it as needed. So I can see like I can get it so it's a little bit closer. So that's how the pencil tool works, which is good. And then you can also, under that, I want to show you the smoothing tool. So if I want to make things maybe with a little bit less pixels, this will come and it will smooth it out for me. So I'm going to do this, and let's smooth it out. There, much better. Okay, so that's how you use the pencil tool, and that's how you use the smooth tool. Also with the pencil tool, I want to show you this. If you go to it and you double click, you can choose how smooth or how many pixels you want to put in, basically the accurate or the smooth. I personally like to move it pretty far over to the right, so I kind of move it at this 3/4 one. Make sure that you say keep selected, choose paths when ends are within 15 pixels, and then edit selected paths and put that at 6 and hit OK. So those settings will also help you quite a bit. Okay, the next one I'm going to use is the pen tool. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make the outline of Phineas here. And I can click and then drag to get a little bit of a curve there. And then I'm going to hold down the Command key. Okay. I'm going to hold down the Option key and click there, not the Command key. And then I'm going to drag a little bit, and then I'm going to click and drag, and then I'm going to hit the Option key, click to get rid of that extra, and I'm going to click there, and I'm going to click and drag here, yep, and then I'm going to hit Option, and I'm going to close that up once again. Now, I know that was confusing, so I'm going to show you again. The pen tool's it's a little crazy, okay? There's nothing like it in the art world. It's all on its own. So you're going to click where you want a pixel. I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to click. I'm going to make his nose really pointy, but then we're going to go back in, and that's fine. And we're going to click. Now I'm going to go over here. Instead of clicking, I'm going to drag a little bit and create that curve of a smile. Then I'm going to come to where that anchor is, and I'm going to hit the Option and click again. Okay, so this sets me up for a new path. And so I'm going to come to the next curve, and I'm going to click and drag. Perfect, okay? Then I'm going to hold the Option key, and once again, it's kind of pointy spots, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to come clear down here, click and drag. Yes, okay. Then hit the Option key, again, close that up. And then you see that circle, that means we're going to close that shape. We definitely want to close that shape. So there is the head shape on Phineas, so we got that all taken care of. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to use is the shape tool, and we're going to use the shape tool to build his eyes. So I'm going to get this ellipse tool, and I'm going to use my space key to kind of move it around there and to get it all lined up. Okay, so I'm going to be kind of like that. If I want a perfect circle, I hold the shift, but I don't want a perfect circle, so that's what it's going to look like. I'm going to make another one here, and I'm holding down my space bar to move it as I'm drawing, and I'm going to be about right there. Okay, is what I'm going to do with that. Then I'm also going to go ahead and include his ear, holding down the space bar to realign, let go. Okay, and I'm going to zoom in here on his ear, and I'm going to take the scissor tool and I'm going to cut, oops, I'm cut here and I'm going to cut here. I'm going to drag, grab my direct selection tool, and then I'm going to click and hit delete, and now you can see that my ear is kind of building shape right there. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is the shape builder, and it is, where is it? I had it, now it's disappeared. Ooh, here it is. Shape builder tool. And we're going to join some things. So the first thing I'm going to do is select all my new drawings, and I'm going to grab my shape builder, and I'm going to tell it I want all of these shapes to actually be one. Okay, so it will make it one shape, and then I'm going to tell it I can hit option, and when I click it gets rid of that line, and so I'm going to come over here, I'm going to hit option, and it gets rid of that line. Okay, so now we can see it's starting to take shape. Oh, I'm going to come up here, hit option, and it gets rid of that. Okay, so we have this, and now I'm going to start building a few more of these things. So I'm going to use my pencil tool to draw in the ear, this shape, great, and we're going to fix the real pointy edges here in a second. And now I'm going to grab my pen tool, and I'm going to create these teeth, and then I'm going to hit my command key and click outside, and then I'm going to click and drag with my pen tool to get this kind of shape. Then I'm going to hit command and click, and it will end with that. I'm going to click and drag to get this shape, hold my command key and click, and then I'm going to make these straight pearly whites. Great. So now I'm going to take this shape and move it into there, and to move it into there. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to select all of this by hitting Command A, and I'm going to go to my strokes, and I'm going to change this to 2.5. Okay, so this looks a little bit more like the original, as you can see. And now we want to go, and we're going to hit round cap, and we're going to hit round join. Okay, and then that smooths it all out for us. So it is looking really good. So let's finish out these eyes really quick. We're going to have this white. Okay, this is actually going to be a little black area, and then if you remember, there was a little white ball in the center, so we're going to do that. There we go, and then we're going to click and drag. Great, and we're going to hit, but you see how it's kind of weird in here? No problem, we're just going to finish out this shape. Okay, so now it's here, and we're going to put the little white circle here. Okay, boom. All right, and now we have Phineas, but we need to add a few more things to Phineas. So first thing we're going to do is get the direct selection tool, and we're going to come in. Okay, I'm going to get them again, and you see how these little handles appear? So things that you want a little bit more rounded, like the tip of his nose, it's not grabbing it. Let me get it. If it's not grabbing it, just go a little bit closer in. Okay. Come on. There we go. So we're just going to grab that just a little bit to round him off. Okay, great. And I'm also going to round off just like his chin, just a little bit. Whoops. Here it is. Yep, just a little bit. Any other areas? Maybe here, just a little bit. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to go in here with my direct selection tool and maybe just tighten it up a little bit. And I can use the handles on these to move this. And I'll be honest, I don't like how this hair is turning out. So I'm going to show you a different way to do the hair. I'm going to delete it. We're going to do a better way. I'm going to take the pen tool and I'm going to rough it out like this. And you're going to be like, Miss Brown, this is not better. I know, but it will be. And then I want you to pick the curve tool and watch this. Yeah, that's better. This is why we get paid the big bucks right here. Looks way better. Okay, perfect. There's a little bit of, it's a little bit wonky there. So I can go here and I can get delete anchor point. I can get rid of it and say, really don't like it there. And reset it again, and that looks way better. Okay, boom, we got that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to get the shape builder tool, and we're going to select this, and we're going to make sure that this, and this is all one thing. Okay, great. Actually, no, I don't want, I want to get rid of, let's hit the option key, circle in a little bit. I'm trying to get rid of that line right there. All right, let's select this. Sometimes you just have to come in a little bit closer, and I'm holding down the option key as I got it, and it is away. Okay, so now we're going to add color. So under the shape building tool is a live paint bucket. So we're going to grab that, and you can see it already has some colors selected for me there, but I'm actually going to come over to my Phineas, it's over here, and hold down my option key, and eyedropper comes, and now you can see that's selected to his skin tone, and I'm going to, whoops, select him. Okay, now I'll do this, there, we got it selected, and there is his skin tone. I'm coming back over here with the option, getting his hair color, great. Let's get the inside of his mouth. He's got those pearly white teeth, so I'm just gonna leave it that way. And there is the color of the tongue. There we go. There we have Phineas. Okay, so let's move on to Ferb really quickly. And I'm going to start out with the pen tool with him. And I'm going to go here, and here, and here, and here, okay, whoops, and it has still what we did for the hair, which is fine. So I'm gonna hit the command key and click to click out of it, but I'm gonna come back and select it without the pen tool, and I'm going to hit the none fill so it's looking like a normal thing. I'm going to grab my curvature tool, and I'm gonna curve his back line just a little bit, and I'm gonna come back here again, and I'm gonna grab his nose, and I'm going to select this, and I'm going to grab these and curve the end of his nose just a little bit, great. And now I'm going to grab this, whoops, sure it's here. Okay, and I'm going to hold down the command key and lock, and there we're at over here. Great. I am going to use the curve tool, which you click and you show where the middle point is, and there it comes over here. Okay, so we're going to do it that way. And then I'm going to get the shape tool. I'm going to get the ellipse, and I'm going to build this outside eye. Okay, great. I'm going to come into the ear, grabbing that circle tool, holding the space bar down to realign. And then I'm going to select both of these, and I'm going to grab my scissor tool, and I'm going to select here and here, and I'm going to get rid of that by just hitting delete. I'm going to select this again, and I'm going to hit the shape building tool, and I'm going to hold down my option key, and it's going to get rid of that line. And I'm going to come back over here, grab my pencil tool to do the inner part of that ear. So hit Command 0 to back on up, and this is what Ferb is looking like. Not too bad, Ferb. Okay, and then I'm going to have just a little bit of a curve line here. And then if you remember what we did with Phineas's hair, we're going to do the same thing with Ferb, where we just kind of take the pen tool and get the main points Great. And now I'm going to hit my curve tool and I'm going to move it a little bit here. And here and here. Okay, great. Look at us go. I'm loving it. Okay, I'm going to hit my magnifying glass, hold down the Option to back out. Okay, and we're going to select this and we're going to go to our Shape Builder tool and we're going to go to Live Paint Bucket. And we're going to hit our Option key for this selection and let's get some green hair. Let's get some skin tone. And that's basically it. I'm going to draw his eyes with my ellipse, sorry. And I'm going to do this. Okay. Holding down the space key to realign as I draw. And then I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. And I'm going to put those little white dots at the center of his eyes. You'll notice most artists put a little dot because it just makes your characters look alive. Okay. So there we go. We have Phineas and Ferb. Okay. Now on your own, I want you to do Perry the Platypus. Okay. So you have all the skills to do it. I want you to do that one on your own. You're going to do a great job. If you need help, remember, these are the ones that I will help all about, but I want you to problem solve using the skills that I showed you how to create Phineas and Ferb. Now, there's one last thing we need to do. If you go over to the layers, you can look over here and you can turn it off so you can see how clean your images look. So we can get rid of that template and they're looking pretty darn good. Okay? All right. Have a good one and good luck on this project.